Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am excited to be here with you today. We are going to be diving into how you can leverage the astrological guidance for those New Year intentions. So, I'm Sherry Moyes, your cosmic guide to all things that will help you in your business to move the meter, take it to the next level with more ease, predictability, and better timing. So, today we're going to be focused on something that's going to hopefully create more ease for you. As I know, this time of year, we can be feeling a lot of different emotions. It is, they push to the end of the year. We're almost ready on one hand to just be done. I was in a group yesterday and everybody's energy was really low, which makes a lot of sense. We'll talk about that. I was also co-working with someone who was just ready to be done. So wherever you are right now, my overarching message today is wherever you are right now is perfect because each of us has our own astrological blueprint and cycles that we're working with. There's collective energies, and we're likely all feeling some of the same things. And the collective piece is what I'm going to talk about today. But trust and honor where you are personally. That is the biggest guidance that astrology can give you. And wherever you are right now, what you're feeling is true for you. Trust it. Allow yourself to move with it instead of forcing against it. But let's dive in and talk about how you can use this time and some astrological guidance to help you to, if you're someone who sets New Year's intentions. Personally, I work with myself and I work with my clients. We set intentions every moon cycle. So with the new moon, we stop, take a pause, and set intentions. I find that when we are doing it on the regular, instead of putting so much emphasis on one time a year, it makes a huge difference. It makes this time of year not feel so heavy and important. So that's my first piece of guidance. And it's kind of all related. We talk about astrology, we are tuning into cycles. So if this year starts to feel this new year energy of review and revisit and setting intentions starts to feel heavy for you, I invite you to consider making an intention to do it differently in the next calendar year and consider how you can review and revisit your intentions and revise them more regularly. If you want to tune into the new moon and full moons, those are a great way to do that. We do that in the AstroBiz Lab, and I also post here in the Facebook group, the AstroBiz Hub Facebook group, reminders about the new and full moon. But the new moon is that beautiful time where you can take a pause. But whatever works for you, giving yourself space to not put so much pressure on year-end intentions and instead meet yourself where you're at and consider what it might look like to tune in more regularly. The more we're tuned into our business and ourselves on the regular, the more we are going to gather important data, both about from this beautiful brain and this one as well. So, invitation number one from the astrology is to just see how it feels as you move through this time of year. And if you're not already working with intention cycles more regularly, then maybe consider adding that to your list of opportunities. And that brings me to the next point. Remember, this is just part of another cycle. Don't place so much emphasis on it that you lose sight of possibility or put yourself, in the energy of shoulding yourself or beating yourself up for what didn't happen. I think that is the thing I dislike the most about this time of year is that we can look back and say, well, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I didn't do this. So my advice here is instead of, A, remember it's just a cycle, but B, take time to review what's gone well first. Celebrate those wins, big and small. Again, if you're doing this more on the regular, you're doing it with lunar cycles or quarters or however you're doing it, that's always the first piece that I invite my clients to focus on is what's gone well. And at this time of year, you don't even have to look at the whole calendar year if you don't want to. You can choose to look at whatever time frame is going to give you the most inspiration, guidance, and support your next steps. So take that time to know that this is just part of another cycle. You don't have to, you can look at it as a quarter, as a month, however you want to look at it, but don't lose sight of those wins. They're so important. And that's the thing that's going to help you to know what you want to lean more into. And at this point in the astrological year, we have spring, we planted seeds. Summer, we watch them grow. Fall, we've harvested them. We know what worked. We know what we've harvested and what maybe just didn't take root. And so we have a lot of data. Don't worry about what didn't take root as much as get connected to what did and what sprung forth and what you want more of. And if there was something you were really excited about but didn't take root, then you can get curious and ask yourself why, and see if it's something you want to revisit. But you've got winter cycle, this next season, to do that introspection as well. We don't have to do it all right here, right now. So this time of year, like I said, we're moving towards that winter, shortest days of the year. Reflection is a natural part of the process. And we've got those few seasons behind us. The energy is turned inward. Winter, we turn inward. If you're in the southern hemisphere, this is would be the opposite. But we've got even more so because of Mercury retrograde. So giving yourself space to take a pause is my next reminder. And just listen to what your heart has to tell you. This beautiful brain in your heart mind, it has so much wisdom and so much gold, and we can spend a lot of time up here instead of here. So what I find really valuable is actually putting some time on the calendar to grab a cup of tea, grab a journal, grab a glass of wine, whatever it is that makes you feel cozy. My favorite thing to do, especially if it's colder, build a fire, grab my journal, and take time to take that pause and really tune in and listen. Because we can, like I said before, end up shooting ourselves and think we've got to get things done before the end of the year to be ready for the next. And what astrology really shows us is that there's an ebb and a flow. Energy increases and decreases. It moves outward, it moves inward. So trust that if you're feeling slower and that inward energy, what inevitably is going to follow is an increase in outward focus. So astrological guidance for tuning into those New Year intentions. Number one, remember that this is just part of a cycle, and don't place so much emphasis on it that it stresses you out or overwhelms you. Take time to review what has gone well first, and make sure you're giving yourself that space to take a pause. And if you need some support around this, you want to take a look at your astrological chart or your business's chart, I am going to be opening up some spaces in January to do some one-to-ones and do just that. So I'll be posting about that. Keep an eye out if you're in the group for that post with the link to book. All right, my friends, I wish you a beautiful rest of the day and the week, and that you take time to tune into both this beautiful brain in your heart and those stars up in the sky. They've got a lot of wisdom to guide you.